The Lord of the Rings of Power Season 2 is set to premiere on Prime Video. As the storylines unfold in the second season, including the thrilling hunt for Sauron's blood, you'll find yourself on Middle-earth, eager for each new revelation. Will we finally see Gandalf in his real form? The 8-episode season, which wrapped up production in July 2023, promises a delightful blend of the familiar and the fresh. Many beloved characters from the first season will make a comeback, such as Morfydd Clark as Galadriel, Charles Vickers as Halbrand Sauron, and Daniel Wayman as the Stranger. On the elven side, Elrond, played by Robert Aramayo, High King Gil-galad, played by Benjamin Walker, Celebrimbor, played by Charles Edwards, and Arondir, played by Ismael Cruz Cordova, will continue their quest. Don't be shocked if the latter's relationship with Bronwyn, played by Nazanin Bunyadi, may or may not continue into the second season. Theo, played by Tiro Muhafidin, may also be on the lookout for Adar, who will be played by Sam Hazeldine rather than Joseph Maul this time around. Maul addressed his departure on Twitter, writing that he loved his time exploring Middle-earth and delving into Tolkien's mythology. I'm honored that the character was loved so much. He cared profoundly about sharing his tale. However, as an actor, he was adamant that exploring new roles and settings was still his ambition and his job description. The second season is set to continue with its trademark narrative complexity. Nori and the Stranger will embark on a journey to run to uncover his true identity. There is no room at the top at Numenor. Cynthia Adai Robinson's Miriel will be mourning her father's death and dealing with her own loss. Lloyd Owen's Elendil may remain at her side, but he may have to avoid Pharazôn, which Tristan Gravel plays. We haven't forgotten about the dwarves. We hope that Owain Arthur's Durin III and Sophia Nomvetis Taise will return. Numerous additional characters have joined the program as of this season. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Círdan, who is one of the oldest and wisest and the elves, will be cast in the forthcoming season. In truth, an anonymous actor has been cast, but we don't know who it is yet. Nia Tal from Persuasion, Yasen Zates, Atur from The Witcher, Ben Daniels from The Exorcist, Callum Lynch from Bridgerton, and Kevin Eldon from Games of Thrones were among the newcomers to the Season 2 cast. Amelia Kenworthy, Nicholas Stewart Bowman, Gavi Singh Chera, William Chubb, Woodison, Will Keane, Selena Lowe, Gabriel Akuwadike, and Oliver Alvin Wilson will all make their debuts. According to recent reports, these three actors will play recurring parts. Ciarán Hinds from Game of Thrones, Rory Kinnear from the James Bond movies, and Tanya Moody from Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker have all been confirmed to join the expanding group. Perhaps it's better to begin with the Dark Lord himself. The first season finished with Sauron, disguised as Halbrand, marching towards Mordor and Mount Doom. His final aim? We could refer to the Lord of the Rings trilogy for hints of what's to come, but his short to medium-term goals will be to exact revenge on Adar and seize control of the legion of orcs that wish to follow him. According to The Hollywood Reporter, showrunner J.D. Payne plans to give Sauron the Galadriel treatment in Season 2, allowing us to delve deep into the character's motivation. He told us that Season 1 commenced with questions like, who is this Galadriel? Where did she come from? What did she have to endure? Why is she so motivated? They're doing the same thing with Sauron in Season 2. All the missing bits will be filled in. Fellow showrunner Patrick McKay told us that Sauron may now just be Sauron like Tony Soprano or Walter White. He's nasty but complexly evil. They thought if they did that in Season 1, Sauron would dominate everything else. So the first season is like Batman Begins and The Dark Knight is like the following movie, with Sauron moving out in the open. We're quite excited. Season 2 has a gospel-like story. There may well be fans who are like, this is the tale we were expecting to receive in Season 1. It sounds like something good is brewing. Now back to the story. And don't forget about the titular rings. Those 3 rings of power may be beyond his reach, but they are undoubtedly of interest to Sauron if he finds himself in battle with Galadriel again. Moving to the lore of Galadriel, she has now entered into a balance pact with Elrond and Celebrimbor. For the time being, the Elven King's 3 rings should keep any unwanted threat to the Elven race in Mordor at bay. Keeping them in their hands and ensuring that power does not corrupt is another story completely. Such issues also plague Numenor's hierarchy. The king has died, and Miriel has been blinded, who is left to pick up the pieces. While Miriel remains a powerful leader supported by Elendil, others, such as Pharazôn, would always attempt to capture the throne. The most fascinating plotline in the Rings of Power Season 2 is that of the Stranger and Nori. According to the ending, the unusual couple will go east to Rhûn in Season 2. Their destination might play an important role in the upcoming episodes. If they make it there, that is, following your nose will only take you so far. In any case, they're bound to encounter some of Middle-earth's most important characters along the road. One thing is certain, Season 2 will have a far larger scope than Season 1. Vernon Sanders, head of global TV for Amazon Studios, spoke at an interview that this was unlike anything they've ever done before. So the entire production paradigm, how to make a program like this, the scale work, all of that was something that they had to learn for the first time while doing the show. Sofia Nomvete, the star of Daisa, also hinted about Season 2 at the Deadline Contenders TV event. When asked about the major Sauron surprise, she noted that they'll be looking at how to every single world navigate his time, rule, and force, and it's really mind-blowing. Sauron is a character with a lot of stories to tell right now, so it leaves us to speculate a lot about his storyline. He needs to create several rings, travel to Numenor, and orchestrate its destruction. Then, he must adopt another shape in battle in the Battle of the Last Alliance. In this season, Sauron seemingly has a lot of work to do. He'll have to face Adar, the corrupted elf who believes he murdered Sauron, in a fight for Mordor's rulership. He'll also have a score to clear with Galadriel, who won't let him off so easily after his epic deceptions. We're betting Sauron's remorse isn't entirely sincere, so anticipate some blood and mayhem next season. In Khazad-dûm, we'll likely get to see Prince Durin suffering the consequences of his conflict with his father, King Durin. Even so, as Durin and Disa had already decided in Episode 7, not even the King's will is going to stop them from mining for Mithril. After all, speaking with the lore in mind, we've only seen the beginning of Mithril's usefulness. There's still so much to come together for dwarves of Khazad-dûm and the elves of Eregion with the elven smith Celebrimbor and the dwarven smith Narvi, set to meet on the west gate of Moria. You may remember this name from Fellowship of the Ring, those glowing doors which the Fellowship has to speak, friend, and enter. There will undoubtedly be more in store for cross-cultural best friends Elrond and Durin, but their respective peoples are in for a wild ride as the destruction of Eregion awaits, as will the severing of cordial relations between elves and dwarves. Somewhere along the route, this group will have to find time to make the remaining rings. There is no pressure. New on-set photographs of an Elven settlement under construction have fans wondering whether this is Eregion, fueling speculation about where the tale will go in Season 2. But Amazon, if you can hear me, when will you confirm the casting information for the folks we already know and love? It doesn't really look like all of our favorite characters will return for Season 2. Whatever happens, don't anticipate the plot set in Middle-earth's Second Age to intersect with events from The Lord of the Rings or Peter Jackson's film trilogy. We're still a few seasons away from that. The Rings of Power is and always will be a prequel set before the arrival of Aragorn and Frodo in Middle-earth. The release date for Rings of Power Season 2 has yet to come, but we were so excited. Tell us your predictions for the second season in the comments section. If you liked this video, make sure to check out our other videos. Feel free to subscribe for more insider content. Please drop a like if you found the video useful, and we'll catch you in the next one.